Hi and welcome to another one of our videos where today I'm looking at the roll-up pistol squat, and this was an exercise someone asked me the question, is it a good exercise to do or not, because obviously it's extremely difficult. So I'll play the video of Nathan doing it so you get to see what I'm talking about, and then I'll go back and analyse it for you. But it's a very tough exercise. The weight plate actually makes it easier in some ways, sort of counterbalances and actually helps you to come up a bit. But there's several issues with this exercise, and I'll show you what they are. I'll let Nathan do one more rep so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. You can try it in the gym yourself if you want to get an idea of what it's like, but there's many other exercises I would use that are just as beneficial without the risk that comes with it. So if I go back to the first one and really look at what it's doing. So the first part of it here is obviously like a sit-up, all right? So this first part, like sit-ups, I'm not really a big fan of them. There's much better ways to strengthen your core than doing this. So basically you're already putting yourself into trunk flexion here. So the abs are obviously going to do a brunt of the work, but people with issues with their back and that, this is just not a good exercise. And even if you don't have issues with your back, it's not a good one because it will give you one over time. And basically I've drawn an arrow here because that's what's happening to the discs. That's where the discs are heading out of your back when you do these exercises. Now, bear that in mind, because what happens is when he keeps coming up, so as he gets to here, you can sort of see he's fully rounded out. So imagine we're doing a deadlift now like that, and his leg is in full flexion. This is why it's so difficult to come up, because your body is in just such a weakened position to come up out of. The leg in the air, which we don't think anything of, has also got a huge problem here, and people with potential hip problems may get pinching at the front of the hip, which is the beginning of FAI, which is a hip impingement. All right, so people who have had history of that, being myself being one of them, may find that is the biggest problem. But as he starts to come up out of it, right here, you can see here where his leg's under huge load right now. He's really in that one leg squat, but he doesn't have the flexibility to be able to hold his spine in neutral. He is out of neutral in a big way. He's still in the sit-up. Unfortunately, he has huge amount of load going through that spine now because of all of the gravity, and just repeat, everything that he needed stability here has just been sacrificed. All right, because his hips, he was unable to, if his head was here and he was maintaining a posture of that, I would say this is a great exercise for him. But because he cannot do that, it's now a dangerous exercise for him. All he needs is a lot of repetitions, and he's going to end up with a problem, either at the hip or the back or both. All right, so whatever he gets out of the strength in that leg to come up is sort of irrelevant, because he is just using his spine to help him get it, and that's never a good thing to do. All right, that's why we avoid these exercises, no matter how badass they look or tough or whatever you want to call it. It's really just not wise if it's sacrificing your spine to get there. All right, so like I said, it's a great exercise if you're good enough to maintain your posture and get up in neutral. If you can't get up in neutral, it's no longer a good exercise. You're better off finding other ways of doing it where the leg is usually behind you. That's why I'm not a big fan of these pistol squats. My preferred version is if he was standing and we had the leg behind him, like so. If he's doing his one leg squats, because that's pretty much what would look like when you're running. All right. So so that's an exercise that we've broken down for you, and I hope this one, if it's something you're interested in doing and you have the ability to do it, then great, go for it. If not, just put it aside, and there's better ways to do the same thing. All right. I hope you've enjoyed that quick look at this exercise, and we'll see you on the next video.